Imagine yourselves, if you will, to be among the people of Nephi, living in the land of Bountiful in approximately 34 AD. Tempests and earthquakes and whirlwinds and storms, quickened and cut by thunder and sharp lightning, have enveloped the entire face of the land. Some cities, entire cities, have burst into flame as if by spontaneous combustion. Others have disappeared into the sea, never to be seen again. Still others are completely covered over with mounds of soil, and some have been carried away with the wind. The whole face of the land has been changed. The entire earth around you has been totally deformed. Then, as you're milling about the temple grounds with your neighbors, a place that has suddenly seemed to many to be a very good place to be, you hear a voice and see a man clothed in a white robe descending out of heaven. It's a dazzling display. He seems to emanate the very essence of light and life itself, a splendor in sharp contrast to the 3 days of death and darkness just witnessed. He speaks and says simply, with a voice that penetrates to the very marrow of your bones, I am Jesus Christ, whom the prophets testified shall come into the world. There it is. Or more correctly speaking, there he is, the focal point and principal figure behind every fireside and devotional and family home evening held by those Nephites for the last 600 years, and those of their Israelite forefathers for thousands of years before that. Everyone has talked of him and sung of him and prayed of him and dreamed of him, but here he actually is. This is the day, and yours is the generation. What a moment. But you find you're less inclined to check the film in your camera than you are the faith in your heart. I am Jesus Christ, whom the prophets testified shall come into the world. Of all the message then that could come from the scroll of eternity, what has he brought to us? Get a pencil. Where's your notebook? Better turn on every tape recorder in town. He speaks. I am the light and the life of the world. I have drunk out of that bitter cup which the Father hath given me, and have glorified the Father in taking upon me the sins of the world. I have suffered the will of the Father in all things from the beginning. That's it. 8 lines, 52 words. And when Jesus had spoken these words, the whole multitude fell to the earth. This introductory utterance from the resurrected Son of God himself constitutes my only text today. I've thought very often about this moment in Nephite history, and I cannot think it either accident or mere whimsy that the Good Shepherd in his newly exalted state, appearing to a most significant segment of his flock, chooses to speak first of his obedience, his deference, his loyalty and loving submission to his Father. In an initial and spellbinding moment of absolute profound wonder, when surely he has the attention of every man, woman, and child as far as the eye can see, it is his submission to his Father. That's the first and most important thing he wishes us to know about himself. Now, frankly, I'm a bit haunted by the thought that this then will be the first and most important thing he may want to know about us when we meet him one day in similar fashion. Did we obey, even if it was painful? Did we submit, even if the cup was bitter indeed? Did we yield to a vision higher and holier than our own, even when we may have seen no vision in it at all? One by one, he invites us to feel the wounds in his hands and his feet and his side. And as we pass and touch and wonder, perhaps he whispers to each of us, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me.